Hi, this is Zdenka. In this hands-on tutorial, you will learn how to use the mobile photography app Reflex Pro Camera 3.0, which has just been released. This video is brought to you by Reeflex. Before we start taking any photos, let's go to Formats and Resolution. Compressed files, HEIF and JPEG can be taken in 12 or 48 megapixels. HEIF files are smaller, but if you run into compatibility issues, JPEG is the one to select. ProRAW is available in 48 megapixels, and it is a mix of RAW plus Apple processing. If you want zero processing, if you want to edit the photos yourself, then you can select RAW, but that is only available in 12 megapixels. This format will give you less zoom or camera choices. You get 3. 0.5 times, 1 time, and 4 times. Taking photos in automatic mode is a no-brainer. Select your preferred camera, tap on the subject or area you want to have in focus, and take a photo. If you see that the highlights are a bit overexposed, then you might want to tap on EV and adjust the exposure. The number will be green, which means that it has been adjusted manually. If you want to go back at any point to fully automatic mode, just want to reset any changes, simply double tap on the screen. If you enjoy taking action shots, you will really appreciate the burst mode. Simply press and hold the shutter. The photos will show up here in the folder. Once you open it, you can select the photos you want to keep or delete. Burst mode has another feature that you might want to enable. Let's swipe down to pull out settings. Go to camera settings, and here on the burst mode, you can enable burst on tap and lock focus. When you enable burst on tap, you can select how many shots the camera takes. Minimum is 2, maximum is 20. Let's enable 10. I would also keep the aggregate burst shots enabled, as it will keep all photos organized in a folder. You can also enable lock focus. That will keep the focus you select for the entire set. I also have to mention the responsiveness of the newly upgraded app. It is one of the fastest apps to use for photography. There are 3 additional photography modes. The first one is motion blur and light trails. This mode allows you to capture long exposure photos. For this type of photography, you will need to use a tripod. Once you enable this, on the right is where you can switch between motion blur and light trails for night photography. I selected motion blur, and all I have to do is select how many seconds I want the shutter to stay open, enable the timer to avoid camera shake, and take the shot. If you have Apple Watch, you don't have to use timer. You can take photos directly with the watch. It is especially handy if you enable bulk mode for fireworks or light painting. Tap to start taking the photo, wait until you get the result you're looking for, and then tap again to finish. Let's move on to the next mode, which is focus bracketing. What is it? It will take a series of photos. Each photo will have a slightly different focus distance. Once it is done, you would use software to combine them into one. This is only temporary though, as focus stacking directly in the app is coming up. It will be added. The images will be sharp from front to back. This is mainly used for macro, product, and landscape photography. To show you how it works, I'm going to take a photo of a landscape with a solid foreground and background so you can see the depth. I'm going to tap on the closest object I want in focus, and here under manual focus, I see a value. You can always fine-tune the focus manually. Enable focus peaking by tapping the eye icon. Whatever is green, that is in focus. You can also use the magnifying glass and move it around to see what is in focus. This is the number I'm going to select first. Then I will tap on the subject that is far away, where I want the focus to end. All is left to do is select how many photos I want. Let's go with 10. Let's take the photos. And here is the final stacked image. Exposure bracketing is the last mode. This mode is used for high contrast scenes, such as interiors with windows. So this is great for real estate photography, for landscapes with very bright sky and very dark foreground, or whenever you run into very challenging lighting conditions. Once you blend the photos in editing software, you will have an HDR image. So how would I do this? The Reflex app takes 3 photos. The first one will be underexposed, the second one will be at 0, and the third one will be overexposed. Let's just let the app take the photos at the default, -2, 0, and +2 exposures. Until now, I was showing you how to take photos in automatic mode, as that is what most of us would do because that's the simplicity about smartphones. That's what we like, just taking photos on the go. If you are someone who wants to take it to the next level and is interested in taking photos in manual mode, how do you do it? There are 2 things to control: ISO and shutter speed. During the day, you want to keep the ISO as low as possible, and then you select the shutter speed until you see a perfectly exposed image. If there is a movement in a photo, you will have to select a faster shutter speed to freeze the motion and then readjust the ISO of the image if it is a bit darker. In low light, you will have to bring the ISO up to get more light in. I also wanted to mention that once you take a photo, pull it up in the gallery and click on the info icon, you will see all the metadata of the image. You will see all settings right here. Exposure and manual focus were already explained earlier. White balance is here as well. You can choose your preferred white balance. Let's explain the rest of the icons in the app. On the left is a zebra pattern. Once you enable that, whatever shows red is overexposed, and underexposed areas will show blue. The histogram is on the right. This is a standard luminance histogram that shows the overall brightness of the image. Once you tap that, it will change to an RGB histogram showing color-specific clipping. At the top, you've got from the right level, grid options for composition, timer, flash, and settings. When you go to settings, you've got camera settings where you can enable location, raw thumbnail, burst mode, which I explained earlier, and focus peaking, where you can change the color. Let's go back. Discover our apps is next. Discover our products. Here you can learn about reflex lenses and filters. By the way, the add-on lens selection feature in this app is coming up as well. Next is discover our community, learning material, info and support, and finally others. It's a simple app that offers lots. I will link it below for those interested, and I will also link a playlist to my other Reflex videos. Give it a thumbs up if you found this video informative, and don't forget to subscribe for more. I'll see you in one of those next. Ciao, ahoj.